I have probably 10 TVs that I paid less than $10 for each. Just as a hobby and messing around with different resolutions, and that's how I learned this. Ooh, I'm about to lose her. Okay, come on, dude. Bring it on. Well, got him. Thought I was dead. Hey, welcome to the channel. Well, this is a full HD, which is 1080p. It was $179 at Best Buy, but right now it's $70 off. And I didn't actually take the other one back just because this one was on sale. Let's review this one a little bit as it pertains to gaming. We'll do a head-to-head test against the 4K at 1080p. On the left, you've got a 4K Insignia NS50F30IN-A24. I believe it's a 2023 model. And then the Hisense 32A40QUF. I want to show you something cool. They're both set to game mode, but on the display mode, on the Hisense on the right, the TV resolution is 1080p. But, watch this, when I switch it to 720p, it stays pixel perfect on the right. It doesn't upscale it. If you've got it set to native, that is a neat feature, especially on what I consider to be a budget TV. 480p, you know, not playable like that. That's why I used an upscaler to get it back up to 1080p if it's a 480p console. Anyway, back to 1080p. Let's lag test these two head to head. The Insignia is a reputable, it's not the fastest, most expensive, middle of the road TV, something that a lot of people might have. All right, I'm gonna do slow motion video now. This slow motion video is 240 frames per second, done with the iPhone. If you stop this, the 4K TV has yet to be beat by anything that I've gotten. But it is so close, it wouldn't be noticeable because every frame on this slow motion is 4 point something milliseconds. And it says in the advertisement that this TV is, Hisense TV has 16 milliseconds of lag. So we're talking one frame. The slow motion video that I did, this is probably the best test I've seen so far, because watch the menu. If you push left and right, it scrolls really fast. So I can look at it in slow motion and kind of tell what's going off screen first. That's what we're looking for when we watch the slow motion. The exterior looks, I would say, just as nice. Looking at the back in comparison with the Vizio only had 2 HDMI ports. This one has 3. USB and a digital audio out. So it's the same thing except one extra. It has these extra acoustic cavities on each speaker, each side. Okay, here's the Hisense TV in action. It's putting out 480p. This is Zelda on the GameCube. Right now I have the M Classic set to 4:3, which is your normal 4:3 ratio, aspect ratio. The GameCube is putting out a 480p HDMI signal because I'm using the Prism. It has a lot of settings, and there's settings I could go to in that, but it does line double if it goes to 480i, which helps the M Classic upscale to 1080p. So the M Classic's putting out a perfect 1080p with the black bars on the side. Now watch what happens. Okay, I switched it. That's 480p. If you set it to native, it will display pixel per pixel. I don't play it like that, but that's one reason why I wanted the M Classic to do the heavy lifting. I can set it to widescreen. Well, sorry, that's 4:3. It's 16:9. it stretches it, but watch what happens when I hit the hack. Let me show you why this TV is perfect for this. You go into Swiss. I'm going to use Game Boy Interface High Fidelity. The reason why you want to use high fidelity is a perfect 3x integer of the Game Boy, whatever Game Boy game you're playing. So watch, I'm going to hit it. So it's a perfect 3x integer, but if it wasn't set to widescreen, it would be too skinny. But this is the right aspect ratio because it's putting out 3x and then full screen on your M Classic. So. And I checked the lag, and this matches if I was to use a converter to my CRT. Now you can play this directly with the original cables on a CRT, and you're talking about maybe 1 frame of lag. But Sonic Advance, pick this up off eBay. But if you look to the left there, you can see the M Classic coming off that group of cables. I need a little bit more cable management going on. But, I mean, looks great. Well, I'll be. Anyway, when I had this hooked to the 720p TV, the screen on a 720p TV is really 768. Okay, the M Classic would upscale to 768, but I have a few systems that'll do 1080p, which means it would be downscaling unnecessarily. So the Vizio from Sam's, a few dollars more. I think this is the greatest deal since sliced bread, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. Core Play Retro, CPR out. If you're gonna watch me play a minute, play the rest of this level, hang around. I'm not super good. This is one of the best Sonic games. I mean, Game Boy Advance 2 and 3 are awesome too, but I mean, this is modern Sonic, in my opinion. Even though it's mostly 2D. Anyway, I don't see any graphic glitches or anything. So I have Swiss set to output the 480p. But before you get to 480p, if it's a game that's 480i, like you're going to play a normal GameCube game, your GameCube will be putting out 480i. Well, the prism on the back converts 480i at line doubles to 480p. You can set it for that. And it just disables if it's something besides 480i or 240p. So then you've got multiple choices. You could use the TV, but I feel like the M Classic does the scaling better. You can do full screen, but doing native means that this TV is just displaying what it's getting. It's not upscaling, downscaling, it's in game mode. We're talking, I'd say 1 frame of lag. If it's rolling lag, I don't know. Super happy. 720p Vizio TV. I feel like it did really good with 480p and 720p, but nothing is 768 native. So it was kind of you were missing out on what this can do. And the menu is faster, which tells me either it's a crappy OS in the Vizio, or this processor is just faster. And I think it's the processor, in my opinion. I'm not the expert on that. But like I say, visual, well, so if you do visual comparisons with TVs that you have, I mean, buy you something at the thrift store
I have probably 10 TVs that I paid less than $10 for each. Just as a hobby and messing around with different resolutions, and that's how I learned this. Ooh, I'm about to lose her. Okay, come on, dude. Bring it on. Well, got him. Thought I was dead. 0 coins. All right. CPR out. Have a good one.